So I think we've all heard that Prismatic Evolutions, when it gets released, it's gonna take over Surging Sparks. Nobody's gonna care about Surging Sparks anymore. Everybody is gonna just focus on Prismatic Evolutions. While I do think that a lot of people are going to focus on the set, I don't believe that all of the attention is going to go towards Prismatic Evolutions and then everything else is going to be forgotten about. Now, I've talked about this whole idea that that's going to happen before, but I don't think I mentioned this part that a lot of people I think are not realizing because when you do the math on how expensive Prismatic Evolutions is and you do the math on how expensive Surging Sparks is, you get to, think about, that not really maybe being a possibility because Prismatic Evolutions is already so expensive. And, obviously, there's supply issues, as it seems, because these Elite Trainer boxes are $100. And how many people are going to be willing to open up $100 Elite Trainer boxes out the gate? How many people are willing to do that? It's kind of hard to say because even 151 right now, a lot of people are buying them, investing into them. I don't think a lot of people are opening up a ton of 151 right now because 151 is pretty expensive. Elite Trainer boxes are $120, so every time you open up a pack, that's like $12 gone. So, Prismatic Evolutions being this expensive out the gate, I think there's gonna not be as much people, buying these and opening them up as we might think because it's just so expensive. So I think a lot of people that weren't able to get in at MSRP, I think a lot of people might just wait this out. That's how I feel because the prices you're paying for each pack, and obviously it depends on the price of the cards, the pull rates, and that's a whole nother story because, we've all talked about this. People speculating about pull rates, we don't know how it's going to be. People saying that on the Japanese side, pull rates are easier and there's guaranteed hits, which is true. But then on the English side, they make it harder. But we don't know that. We saw Crown Zenith, for example. V-Star Universe was easy to pull stuff. Crown Zenith is very easy to pull stuff. Will Prismatic be the same? We don't know. So there's a lot of factors. But in my opinion, if the pull rates are not as hard as other sets with SIRs, because remember, no illustration rares, there's only SIRs. So in my opinion, I don't believe they're going to be as hard to pull as like main set SIRs. If that's the case, if these aren't that extremely hard to pull, I feel like the prices of these Elite Trainer boxes being the way they are right now, it's hard to really justify a lot of people opening a ton of these up because it's so expensive. So right now, if you look at the prices of these Elite Trainer boxes, they're $100. Now, there's only 9 packs in here. Only 9 packs. So when you do the math, you can see here, $100 divided by 9, that's $11 a pack. So you're going to tell me that yes, this is a very hyped up set. I get it. But you're going to be telling me that, tons of people are going to be willing to pay $11 a pack to open up a brand new set. Like, how many people are going to be willing to do that? There are going to be some people with money, but I think a lot of people, if they're not able to get them at retail, I think some people might just sit it out. Some people might just go towards the Japanese side. I don't know how expensive the Japanese side is, but I don't think it's going to be as expensive as, the English side, at least at the gate. And also with the Japanese side, there's guaranteed hits and the whole Master Ball thing. I don't even want to talk about that anymore. But that's how I kind of feel about this. It's so expensive, you guys, out the gate. This is almost as expensive as 151, and it's just coming out. So definitely a big part is going to be how expensive the cards are, and that's going to justify whether people are going to open this up and be willing to open up a pack at $11 each. $11, and it's just brand new. And when we look at Surging Sparks, Surging Sparks, people saying that Prismatic is going to take it over. Well, let's do the math on this one. So these right now are selling for around $215. Now, if you do the price per pack, $215 divided by 36, because that's how many booster packs in a booster box, it's only $6. Now, obviously, hit rates and everything are going to be different with specialty sets, main sets, and we don't know how Prismatic's going to be. But to say that Surging Sparks is going to be completely forgotten about, I feel like when you just look at the prices per pack, I don't think that's going to be the case. I feel like it's going to be, just some people opening these up, but depending on pull rates and stuff, I feel like some people might just not open the set up because it's so expensive. And I feel like Surging Sparks being this much cheaper, and Surging Sparks obviously being a outlier set in Scarlet and Violet, very popular. There's Pikachu's holding very strong. I don't think this whole idea makes sense that everyone is just going to gravitate towards Prismatic Evolutions and then everything being forgotten about. If it was the case that these were cheaper and opening up packs weren't so expensive, I think you could make that argument. But it being so expensive, I don't think there's many people out there that's gonna pay $100 to open up packs. At that point, you might as well just buy the cards. And I know that that's like takes out the fun, but when things get so expensive and things are so brand new, I don't think a lot of people are willing to risk this much money to open up a brand new set. So Surging Sparks, it has a lot of top chase cards. Surging Sparks is still very popular. Hundreds of boxes still get sold. So I don't think this whole idea that things are just going to completely just go away from Surging Sparks, I don't believe so. It's cheaper. It's like half the price of Prismatic Evolutions to open it up. And obviously you can get booster boxes, you can open up more packs rather than just elite trainer boxes. So I think this whole idea is sort of overinflated, and I think some people out there haven't thought about this idea. And like I said, with Surging Sparks, there's so many chase cards, and that's why this set is pretty expensive. There's a lot of chase cards in the set, and this set is popular. So I think some people haven't thought about this idea that just it's so expensive. Yes, it's hyped up, but at $11 a pack, guys, like I just can't see it being a thing where everyone's gonna just go towards this. I mean, how many people are opening up 151 right now? I don't really know. Like 151 is so expensive already. Like, just it gets to a point where I think just people that want to have fun opening packs, they're willing to pay a certain amount. But for a brand new product, I don't think a ton of people are really gonna be willing to pay this much. So that's all I want to talk about is this other factor because I don't think I mentioned this in my other videos when I talked about this. It's really expensive. And that's something I have to think about with people opening these up and whatnot. Is that it's so expensive. So that's all I want to say today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below what you think about this. Have you guys thought about this? Because it's really expensive already. And we'll see, where the prices are for the cards. And if the cards are crazy expensive, maybe it'll justify the price and they'll keep going up. But other than that, if the pull rates are easier, cards aren't as expensive, I mean, it's just, I don't know if people are going to really rationalize it to be worth it to open up packs. That's just my opinion. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.